Hey there. So this Insight 3 for the week. We're going to go to section 32. Now section 32 is a mission call to 4 people, but 5 people are going on the mission. And you're like, how does that work? Look with me. Alright, so the 4 people are Parley P. Pratt, Oliver Cowdery, Peter Whitmer Jr. and Zeba Peterson. Now we're going to read verse 3. So we've got first of all, it says, Parley P. Pratt, going to go and declare the gospel, learn of him, talking about Christ. And then he's appointed that he shall go with Oliver Cowdery, Peter Whitmer Jr., unto the wilderness and among the Lamanites. And Zeba Peterson, this is where we're going to read. Verse 3. So section 32, verse 3. All right, you got there? Probably disjointedly and but erratically, but we're there. My brain, I swear. Verse 3 says, And Zeba Peterson shall go with them, and I myself will go with them, and be in their midst, and I am their advocate with the Father, and nothing shall prevail against them. So what have we got? We've got Parley P. Pratt, Oliver Cowdery, Peter Whitmer Jr., Zeba Peterson going on a mission, and I will myself will go with them. The Lord goes with them. The Lord travels with them. So yes, there are 2 missionary companions consisting of 4 human beings, and the Lord goes with them. So 5 people go. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Who are your 5? Who do you want to go on a mission with? I'll take the Lord. I'll go on a mission with the Lord. Absolutely. Who would I take with me? I don't know. It depends what the mission would be, I guess. I often thought about that. Even last year in Book of Mormon, I asked the same question. And sorry, I keep knocking the stand of the camera. I'm apologising for that. Who would I take with me to go preach to, like Alma did when he took his brothers and go and preach? Like, who would you take? And I'm like, depends what I would have to go and do. I know some people I'd take. They know who they are because they're awesome. Sorry, phone call there that I will decline. Anyway, so when have you sensed that the Lord was with you? Right? So there are 4 mission calls here. 5 are going on their missions. We just named them. The Lord is with us anytime we are in his service and often when we aren't too. Excuse me. I often feel the Lord with me, guiding and leading me to good and safe places. I also feel him with me when I teach and give service. Now, definitely when I teach, like yesterday, I taught the most amazing lesson to my institute class for Easter and was able to be a constant testimony. Some people just don't get the message, do they? Be a constant testimony of the Lord. And just how beautiful it is to have a Redeemer. And definitely I felt the Lord with me in that time and giving me the words to say and the love just wrap around the whole of us. But I feel the Lord all the time when I'm giving service. I have sensed that he's with me. And there's sometimes that I sense him more than others. I think probably because I'm needing it maybe, or that I've asked for it. So definitely. The other thing that comes up here too that's interesting, because they go to preach to what they call the Lamanites. Now, while the American Indians probably have some Lamanite blood in them, they're not the literal Lamanites. Some of them are, some of them are not. Some of them have part of it. By the time you get to, from that long ago to our generation now, I can say I'm European, but literally I come from all over. I'm American before I'm actually English, which is bizarre. One line. Go back to Boston, Massachusetts in the 1600s. It's like, who knew, right? And so, there's so much different bloodlines mixed in that, there's some Lamanite blood in there, but they're not the Lamanites. And their mission to them kind of failed in a sense that, they did a lot of good work. They had great conversations, had a lot of inroads into talking, but the actual didn't go out there and baptize a whole bunch of them and create a ward or anything. It failed. On the way back, though, they stopped at Kirtland, Ohio. Excellent place to stop. The place where the Snow family was, where Brigham Young enters into the picture, and where they find Sidney Rigdon. So, lots of big players in there. So this is what I'm talking about in the first one. When you send on a mission and you think that mission failed, look at what else you accomplished. Because the Lord will sometimes send you on one path because he knows you'll go and do that, or actually he has a deeper purpose. Or on your way to that path, people change, things change, situations change, and then the Lord will divert you to do something greater. So keep that in mind when you think you failed, because you haven't. All right. So, again, when have you sensed that the Lord was with you? Think about that as you read this section. The quote from this is from President M. Russell Ballard. It's just a little short one, and it's quite simple but quite beautiful. It is impossible to fail when you do your best when you're on the Lord's errand. So it is impossible to fail if you're doing your best when you're on the Lord's errand. That's it. You're not going to fail. Awesome, right? I know all those times I think, oh, I tried that and I failed. I didn't know. I was trying to minister to that person and they just weren't interested. I did my best. I failed. No, you didn't. It is impossible to fail. Something you did would have made a difference. Something and what you were doing there worked. You just didn't see it. And that's okay because you will later. All right. So that was the third one. I'm going to check who was calling me and then I'll get back to you with the fourth insight. See you in a bit.